Hello, it is the night before Christmas Eve, and all through the studio, not a creature is stirring except for our manager, Nash. He is snacking because that's how we do. Hopefully everybody's having a awesome Christmas so far and holiday season. It is bright and sunny and not very cold here, which is unusual. We're probably not going to have a white Christmas from the looks of it, but that's all right. Sometimes it's nice to not have snow and be able to do stuff. So there's that. We had our Christmas dinner last night. So we had a whole bunch of friends and people over and I made because we don't cook. I cook. Made a whole bunch of cool stuff. I did a sous vide roast, which was tasty, and a couple of hams. We did mashed potatoes, maple glazed carrots, broccoli, steamed broccoli, and a whole bunch of other fixings and things, which is always fun. I enjoy cooking. And I really enjoy cooking for other people. It's nice to have people over and be able to spoil them, which is kind of cool. Hi, Kinsey. How's it going? We have a new guest in the studio. Happened to be on clearance at the local London Drugs. I walked in the door, could not resist because it is a giant light up prism deer. Technically for outside, but for the stream, ta-da! It's going to be in the studio, which is kind of fun. I changed the background to, it's supposed to look like reindeer, but you can't really see the reindeer. So yeah, that's the thing. Good morning, Brenda. Hi, Andrea. How is everybody doing? We have lots of Briar news from the last week. The 2025 peaks for their regular run series line have been snuck out online. So fair game if it's online. And they have posted a couple more of the club peaks from what was shown last time or available last time when I did the stream. We have a couple more stablemates. I'm just going to go to Briar's page. So I bought the adult deer, but I also have a little baby deer that's the same kind of prism, more cartoony, that's actually an indoor deer. So we'll have one for indoor by the Christmas tree and then one for outdoor guarding the house, which is going to be kind of fun. We have a couple of other prism style iridescent deer that we had out in the front yard, and they get wrecked over time. So I'm going to have to try and see if I can find the iridescent acrylic sheets, I guess, to see if I can fix them. If not, I'll have to strip things down and then find something else to do with them because they're looking a little bit worse for wear, as some of your Christmas stuff tends to do over time. Let us see what we've got going on here. So we had seen, I think we saw Kelly's face for her pony. So this is the peak that Briar showed us last week. And Rowan, we then found out, is not only available in a long-haired Highland pony, but also, let's switch it. Here you can see in the background, they previewed a mare. So they've gender changed it and given it braids. And we found out that it is painted by Tammy Pomerchuk of Canada, which is exciting. It's always fun to see Canadian artists get some time in the spotlight doing the things. So congratulations again, Tammy. And we're looking forward to more pieces by you. So let's share this. This is a better picture of the two of them together. So the mare is braided and really quite cute in a trot. And then I think they said it was stallion, has long hair. And I quite like the long hair. So I don't know if these are the production pieces. It almost looks like they might be at this point because the way the color's done, I don't know that these are the ones that Tammy painted directly. Maybe they are. We shall see. It should be fun to see how everything translates over, and this might be them getting a little bit ahead of the game so that everything ships a little bit closer to on time next year, which would be nice. I'm sure everybody would be happy about that. So we have our Molly Mule. We have and that's Laura Skillern. She did the paint and the sculpture. And then Kelly Seeley of the UK did the sculptures here. And then Tammy Pomerchuk of Canada. So it's an international year for the most part. Did the deco or the color. And then they showed this preview of the last one. It won't let me make it much bigger. So looks like a mink drawing and then a standing Iberian something or other. So, well, it looks kind of Iberian. It's got a bit of a Roman nose from what we can see in the picture. Nash wants to say hi. He's got his little Christmas scarf on. Don't raid the garbage. Hey, no sniffing that. Hey, get. Hey, out. We had about 13 people over yesterday, so he had a lot of people, and he did very well. There was a baby. He was super good with the baby and the kids, and now he's just sucky because he's like, we had to share you yesterday, and now I get you all to myself. He almost got some of the roast off of the table, but for the most part, he was pretty good. So there's that. Puppy in a scarf. Kinsey's asking, do you know if you can still sign up for the club until the 31st, I believe, of December. So you have to sign up for the collector club first to be able to get into vintage, which I think is closed and sold out now. Or, good boy, go eat your food. He's like, no, I don't want to bug you. To get into the stablemate club or into the premier club. So that also gives you access to the Christmas horse that they do, the surprise, which we'll talk more about in a minute, and all the other releases that they do for the Collectors Club and all the deals that happen, and a discount for most stuff, which is kind of nice. So this is the only thing we've seen. We don't know the color. They haven't released the actual name of the sculptor, the painter at this point, but the art looks like mink. So we'll see how it goes. Glenda saying, looks like Spanish Mustang. Good morning. Good morning, Rebecca. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. Zoya, hello. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. So we'll see what it looks like. There's a few people that have said that it's standing, kind of like Cancion was. We don't tend to see the same pose too often, but there's two standing ones in this round. The Molly Mule is standing, and this guy's also standing. So we shall see what they end up doing with them. And there's been some allusions to the fact that they said that this is a concept sketch, but not necessarily the actual model. So nobody knows at this point. Only Briar knows, and whatever artist made it. So yeah, that is fun. Then for stablemates, they showed off this guy. Oh, this is the whole lineup. So we know that there's the Zara Arab mare in Fleabit Gray. We know that there is a Othello in the dark sooty buckskin. Then there's this guy it's an older G1 mold, Silky Sullivan, I believe. I always get them confused. I'm pretty sure it's Silky. Tarang's the one with the head down. And then in a Bay Appaloosa blanket. Then we have this one as the glossy matte split. Then we have this one, which is just revealed actually before, the most recent one is this one that they've shown the peek of. So I spoil both at the same time. It is a Tennessee walking horse in a black and white Pinto Sabino. And then this was their groundbreaking fantasy model. I was kind of thinking it would be a new mold, but I'm happy to see nice wings on and properly placed on a cool mold that I collect. So we'll see if I have to join the stablemate club, because I might have to. Color's kind of cool. It is more decorator, which is kind of neat. Color shifty, bronze, gold, and it is going to be a very interesting year, I think. So Harbinger is usually the announcer before a thing happens or a person, which is kind of cool. So gold, red shift, and then there's more coming soon. We shall see what they do. We haven't seen what the Gambler's Choice will be yet. That'll be kind of interesting to see what they do. They might have some tricks up their sleeve. We shall see. Brenda's just confirming that the club is open to the 31st of December. So then Briar decided earlier today, I think it was, to announce that they are doing their Christmas surprise horse, which is usually on Christmas, on the 23rd, which is tomorrow, and it will be announced or up in the shop at, they said, approximately 1 p.m. Eastern time. That would be 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. We will not know what it is until they show it, if they show the full reveal. Sometimes they leave things to Gambler's Choice, but generally with the Christmas surprise, they do show it, which will be very cool. So, yeah, there's Teresa's speculating, I want Fireheart as a Christmas horse. I would die. And then we will see how that works for next year. But I know nothing. I'm just in the dark as everybody else. And we will see what we end up with. And I will talk about it next stream because we'll know by then, hopefully. Or at least some of them will start to have shipped and hopefully arrive by that point when we do the next stream. So yeah, that is a thing. They haven't given us any details on what it is. It just says it's ready to spread some cheer as we round out the festive season. Sometimes they'll give us molds or they'll give us a little bit more information, but they didn't this time. And then they are doing a coloring contest with this drawing. So enter that. You can win a Christmas horse from this year, which is après-ski. Kind of cool. And then the 2025 leaks happened. So let's see if I can find that. I gotta go find it in Modelholics, apparently. Gated models. Just let me find the post. I don't have it queued up, unfortunately. Hold for processing. But we did get to see buried under a million things. Come on, where'd it go? As I scroll through Modelholics until the end of time. The Boleros have been arriving too. Looks like most people picked glossy, which is interesting. Here we go. Here's some of them. So there's our Christmas horse, Flash. It is Christmas in bloom. So it looks like poinsettias around the neck and the bum, snowflakes, and an iridescent drape, and then a cool feather. I like the feathers. So that'll be the Christmas horse. This is the Halloween horse, Arachne, a spider, obviously by Arachne. We don't see the other side of it in this picture. It is a spider bug Appaloosa. So I don't know what's on its forehead. It almost looks like an hourglass. I'm not sure what that could represent. You can see the spider here on the sides. The legs kind of go down her legs and her shoulder, which is kind of a neat way to do the design. It does glow. What else do we got going on here? I can't really read it. Says, when the creatures of the barn should be sleeping, a quiet skittering of hooves can be heard echoing down the alleyway or aisleways. During daring a peek around the corner, you're faced with a chilling sight, a maze of spider webs, a glimpse of the green-eyed Arachne. While she appears to be a flashy Appaloosa or blanket Appaloosa from a distance, upon closer inspection, you'll notice that her blanket is made up of two large spiders on the prowl. A moth and a firefly dance around just out of reach, flying for safety this time. A subtle black widow marking on her face, oh, there we go, is the warning for those who look closely enough that they may be ensnarled. The next to be ensnarled, and turn the lights off, and her white markings glow in the dark. Limited edition 2025. So that's a oops. Let me drag it. So there's a closer up of the spider. If you're scared of spiders, I'm sorry. The other side, I'm assuming, will be this other spider. So we'll see what that looks like when we get more pictures. Then we have the stirrup ornament. We have a blown glass ornament, which I don't know that we've been getting very many of. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it is a briar in a box, which is quite cute. And it's, there we go. It is one of the Brishnans, which is kind of actually really adorable idea. So hopefully they do more of that, because I might need that. We have the historic winning sire Lexington as the racehorse ornament. And then we're doing Morgan's and Friends for the signature artist ornament. So there's a troubadour and then a Tennessee Walker. Is that a mold that we're familiar with? Or am I just spacing? Because that looks like something. Oh, maybe it's Marabella. It's just a little bit hard to tell because of the angle of the picture. So, cool. Then we have our beautiful breeds Shetland pony. Maybe I'll zoom in and make them a little bit bigger for you guys because they're already kind of small. We have beautiful breed Shetland pony, usually done by Sommer. Then we have the unicorn, which is a Christina Lucas Francis sculpture. We have our very own Laura Rock Smith has done another carousel ornament for Briar. Congratulations. It's the 26th in the series, and I believe this is her third with them. Victory. I like the palomino, and the ribbons and the purple works really, really well. It's a very cute design. Looks like Marabella, yeah. So Kinsey says, speaking of Fireheart, currently have a Fireheart with a unicorn horn and tons of mane. Show pictures. Show pictures. Message me. Send pictures. Then we have Showman, the equestrian Santa. So that's very, well, that's actually a shrunk Hamilton. I wonder if we're going to see him in crystal at some point, which would be kind of neat. The tail looks really cool. So if you're looking for a mini version of him, you could probably just sand Santa and the bridle off. Maybe it means a mini in the future. They don't always do that, though. So there's that. That is the end of those ones. So let me go see if I can find the actual regular runs, because they were buried more in things. Arachne, more things. Come on. How did they get buried that fast? Do you think people would be bumping it up to the top with their news things? I'll just go in here. I know this will work. I have a link. Link. Pardon, hold for processing. Is it this one? Nope. Oh, come on. This is what happens when I don't queue things up beforehand. There's already people speculating on the Christmas horse, which is exciting. Let's go 2025. Let's see if that pulls something up. Pulled up the same thing I was looking at. Shoot. Where did the previews go, darn it? Gosh, darn it. Sorry, guys. So there were peaks in the Young Rider magazine. So we knew that there was the Lonesome Glory coming with the models in the Appaloosa pattern. And we saw more of that in the 2025 peaks, if it will ever let me find them. So we had... Why is the internet so hard to search? My goodness. Okay, well, I have some individual pictures, so I'll just pull those up. Oh, there's the freaking post. Gosh darn it. All right, here we go. So this is the Lonesome Glory. You can see it's got all sorts of different briars. There's a Weather Girl, there's a Fireheart, there's a Troubadour. We've got Hamilton, we've got Big Ben, we've got Salinero, Smarty, all sorts of things buried in the Semi Mustang, Flash, Sham, Totalis. There's Duende, all sorts of ponies all over. And they make the positives and the negatives, which is kind of cool. It's kind of a neat design. Altanai. So we see this guy, otherwise a pretty pony. So it's saying Sport Horse, Blanket, Palooza. Then there's this guy. So that's an Esprit. Same kind of deal. Ponies make up the pattern. This one's a Pinto this time, which is kind of cool. And it's cool because they have the timeline on the bottom of kind of when things happened. And then this is the third one. So the 75th anniversary, they're showing 3. This is the Western horse, the horse that started it all. And it also has the ponies in the pattern, which is quite cute. So I don't know. This one is a cool diamond decorator. The clearware is going to get Amy excited. We already know Amy's excited about this one because we saw a peek of it not too long ago. It's got a cool diamond pattern. It'll be interesting to see more pictures of it. I think people are going to have a lot of fun with this as a decorator and even just, original finish for your collections, but also for customizing. And then we see a Brilliance gift set. So we have a silver Fireheart and we have another silver wedgie. Is it Wedgwood? No, it's not Wedgwood. What do you call it? It's not filigree because it doesn't have the white things on it. Anyway, we're getting the vintage style decorator, silver, then we have gold, and then we have a blue. So this set's quite nice. Also really good for bodies if you're looking for bodies because it's all up-to-date newer molds, which is kind of nice. So they're based off of the 4 C's of diamond grading, cut, color, clarity, and carat. So I'm assuming the gold is carat, the blue's probably color, and then there's cut and clarity. So maybe one of those is a clearware, and maybe it's the freaking mini Fireheart, but we shall see. He might be, but maybe not. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Amy's like hyperventilating at the thought. So somebody's asking if it's clearware. That'd be really freaking cool. I can't tell. More pictures. Then we have Big Lex, which is a new addition. That is the thoroughbred champion, and they use him as a Lexington, Kentucky thing. Kind of like an ambassador. And then we don't, it's, come on, brain. We can do this. Help. Brain. Dying. It's not freaking Riptide. Is it Riptide? Oh, it's Riptide. Yes. My brain was like trying to think it's not Surfer Dude. It is Riptide. So we have Riptide on the Welsh as a Shinkatig pony, which is very cool. I think people are really excited to see him so soon and to see him in pretty colors so soon. Then we have a 75th or 85th and 85th anniversary, 85 years commemorative edition with brands on it. Last time we saw a horse with brands on it, it was bronze and it was on the Bandolero Ideal stock horse and didn't really sell super well. So we're doing her again in silver. See how that works out. Some people are excited. So they're different. They're all these brands or ranches like the 666. So these ones were different brands in general. And then this is the different ranches and things. So with the popularity of Yellowstone and all that, maybe there's a resurgence of it. Then we have a buckskin on the Ideal stock horse. And then we also have a longhorn bull, which we haven't seen in a long time. Mojave's staying around for this year. And then we have a anniversary edition Cloud on the Destato mold, which is exciting. It's always nice to see Cloud. If you want to get your Cloud signed, you can do that when you go to Breyerfest because there still will be a Cloud booth. Then there's the new Hope horse, which is a camo pony going to support. $1 goes to Wounded Warriors Equine Therapy. So Camo Bunny. Then we have a Stablemates selection. So this is exciting because we're seeing a regular run on the Little Fjord. We're seeing a really cute little Jorg. A very pretty pearly looking Croy. The Zara Mini in black. We're seeing the Hadley stablemate by Maggie in bay as regular run and reasonably easy to get, which is exciting. We've got our little Princey saddlebred. People are really excited about seeing Kit in another color. It's quite a cute color. And then Mindy's adorable little rearing guy, Brio, is now available on regular run, which is also very cool. Go back. The little scampering Araby in black, a buttermilk buckskin on the G2 Warmblood, the my brain mini stablemate Totalis in dapple gray resist, and then our little Morgan in a bay roan. So that's quite the set of stablemates for new offerings. So it looks like some of those on the bottom, these guys, these 4 are probably a gift set unto themselves, saying athletic horses in different coat colors, whereas the top ones, those are the ones that are available in the stablemate collection. So yeah, that's all I've seen for Preeks. I don't know if anybody else has seen anything pop up. So that covers this and Stablemate Club, and let's see if there's anything else. Yeah, Clearware's little Fireheart would be very cool. We'll see how that goes. A lot of people are saying that their bank accounts are in danger, so good job, Briar. It's nice if it's spaced out. We haven't seen any of what the Briarfest festivities for the 75th anniversary is going to bring, but we'll see how that goes. Yeah, all the comments are people being very excited about all the regular runs that are popping out. We didn't see Tiger Lily and Firestorm, but there was an expectation that we were probably going to see them for Briarfest in their special run lineup. We will see how that goes. And everybody's excited about pretty much everything, which is kind of cool. So we shall see how it all pans out. And then Briar didn't really have anything new that I think I'm missing on their site. The deadline for shipping on time for the holidays has passed. I don't have my order yet from when they did the stablemates. That's coming. I have a Zulu coming and then a couple of pins. So we shall see. It's been since the 9th and it's not updated as shipped, but for Canada, we're different. So sometimes they don't update that until kind of it's here, which happens sometimes. Let us see. What do we have for comments? We have, hi, Tommy. We have people saying, Brenda's saying the Esprit is gorgeous. Andrea's saying I will need the stablemate decorators, but that's all that calls to her, which is kind of nice. It's kind of nice when there's a little bit of something for everybody, but you don't love everything because then your pocketbook doesn't cry tears of sadness. Tommy, when will we be getting... Oh, do I know if I'll be going to Briarfest? Yes, the plan is Briarfest for 2025 for me. Normally, I wouldn't do 2 years in a row because I've only ever been twice. Once was 10 years ago, and then once was this year, but I want to go to their 75th anniversary. So I'm going to show up. So if you want to go to Briarfest and meet me, you can. I plan on being there. They have reduced the Artisans Gallery. I'm probably not doing the Artisans Gallery. It makes it more challenging, and then I have to be in one spot for a period of time, which is hard for me to do. They did reduce the time that you need to be in the Artisans Gallery because it's no longer 3 days, it's just 2 days, and that makes it a little bit easier on the artists, but it's kind of harder on the schedule. We'll see what that does. Let's see. Tommy says, I am surprised that they did the New Welsh as a regular run. Usually it's the year after their Briarfest release. That's historically how that goes. But Briar likes to break the patterns. And if they had something waiting, like they were really wanting to do a Riptide, and there's a lot of people asking for Riptide, and I know there's been people asking for Surfer Dude as well, then sometimes they rush things into production in regular runs sooner, which is great for people who want bodies, and it's great for people who want the mold for a little bit less expensive, because even your Briarfest runs are a little bit more. So we shall see what all comes out when they do their Briarfest peaks. Kinsey says, I think I'm going to. My parents haven't said yes yet, but they haven't said no. I like the way you think. Tommy's saying it'll be my first time for 2025. So excited. I'm excited to meet you. That'll be very cool. It's a very fun thing to do. If you haven't done Briarfest yet, I suggest at least doing it once, but don't overbook yourself, because if you're do a couple of things, but let yourself have time to explore, because there's so much to do and to see and people to meet that if you book things solid, it's very challenging and adds to the stress of it when that's not necessarily always a good thing. I did a workshop, one workshop. I didn't do the open show, or I haven't even seen what it looks like. I've never been to the area where they hold the shows. So I did the one workshop. I wandered the artisans galleries quite a bit, and all the clarion, that alone will take you a few days to fully appreciate. And it's always changing as people are buying things and selling things and new rooms are opening up. It's a wild experience. Then there's the museum at the horse park. There's barns to tour if you wanted to see real horses. You can see Keeneland. I did the Kentucky Derby Museum and the racetrack there, which was Churchill Downs, was wild. So I highly suggest that if you go in, and it's only about an hour drive or so. I highly suggest it if you're in the area, but there's a lot to take in. You definitely need more than 1 year to do it. So take it easy on yourself. And the Clarion's always fun. What else do they have there? The auction's always fun to watch. If you can take a workshop and there's somebody doing a workshop that you like, I suggest that, because that's always kind of neat to be where the artists are and be able to take something from them. They're doing a big party on the Thursday night, but it looks like the space is limited, so I don't know how crowded that's going to be. It might be a bit of a wild thing to try and get into and appreciate. I don't know how big the actual official, well, I guess the ballroom would be. Is that where the artisans gallery and everything's normally set up? I'm not sure. I don't know which rooms technically are which. I don't pay attention. I just go where the people go. And they'll probably switch things up a little bit this year. They've changed the covered arena, so the whole one side is just Briar, and then like the Cloud Foundation and things like that, and then the whole other side will be all the vendors, which will probably make it a little bit easier. They're amalgamating the Briar store into not being an outside tent. It'll be all inside, which will actually probably be easier. Sometimes trying to find stock in different areas can get a little bit frustrating. Make sure you're planning to get some time out of the heat as well if you're not used to heat, because it can get a little bit warm. But yeah, if you want to come to Briarfest, I'll probably do something similar to last year, but maybe a little bit more organized and coordinated. We had it was hard to plan with a whole bunch of people in the group. I'll try and find something. I did the meet and greet for me at the social media event and didn't quite even make it into the social media event. We were coming in from doing the celebration of the horse show, and that ended up being a little bit late. And then of course there's crazy traffic, and so got a little bit wild and crazy. I was a little bit late to meeting everybody. I'll try and set a better time schedule. So I'll figure it out. I won't know until closer to. I don't believe I'm doing anything official with Briar, so I will be a free agent to meet people and say hi, and you'll see me wandering the hallways in the Clarion, and you're more than welcome to say hi, and I'll be out in the park doing stuff. So I am not a crazy, unapproachable person, so that's kind of nice, I guess. You can just be like, hey, I'm a normal human. You don't need to hyperventilate. If you see me and you want to say hi, just say hi, because I think there was a few people that made eye contact, and they were like, oh my God, is that? And then they didn't feel comfortable enough saying hi, which just come say hi. You don't need to get a hug if you don't want a hug. You can have a hug if you want a hug. I'm a huggy person. So generally speaking, I guess, unless I'm like overstimulated, in which case you will probably be very well aware because I'll be like, ah, you'll see it on my face. Generally happy me. You guys know me. I'm not much different than what you see on the streams. So other than potentially more overwhelmed because there's people and I'm not in my home environment. But this is also awkward because I'm just looking at a little camera and reading text and not seeing faces. So yeah, anyway. Feel free to bring stuff for me to sign if you would like. And I will be wandering different places, doing different things. But I'll have at least one meeting place that I'll announce publicly for a place and a time, and we'll do that. So yeah, that's the thing. And then we'll probably have special run Tiger Lily and Firestorms, which will be very cool. And if they punk me and do the raffle horses, I will cry. And I will enter a whole bunch of tickets and cry more if I don't get them. But that's all the luck of it, right? They only make 25. Tommy's laughing. Definitely bring my fire heart for you to sign. I will do it. I will sign the things. I am more than happy to do that. It is still a weird, surreal. Is surrealistic a word? Because my brain's saying it's not. But a surreal experience to go and have people know who I am and want me to sign things. I'm like, you want my scribbly thing on your pretty horse? I don't know. It's weird. My babies are more famous than me. I can't actually have kids biologically. I am fixed from cancer, and the cancer roasted my ovaries. So, and I have nothing connecting them, so it's all good. So I can't have actual babies. So my ponies are my babies, and it's nice to see my children out there doing good things and making people happy, because that's all anybody wants. Let's see. Lizzie says, sorry I'm late. Wait, are you confirming to go? Yes, I will be at Briarfest 2025 unless something crazy happens. I have a home booked. My home at Briarfest. I have a home booked. I'm going with people and I have commitments to be there. Not in the official sense, but in my sense. Haha. Crashing the party because it's fun. So yeah, if you guys want to meet me or meet me again, I will be there to say hi. And hopefully I will have some tricks up my sleeve, but I will not reveal any of that until closer to. I'm trying to figure out a way to make my trip more fun, because can't just have a simple trip. And then maybe I did have plans last year to bring more things to give out. So I'm going to do something like that again. There'll be some sort of thing that I will be giving away at the park and wherever I happen to meet you, because sometimes you meet me in the Clarion. Lots of people saw me there. Let us see what else I missed. Kinsey saying Clarion's by far my favorite. I don't know how you spell that though. That is how you spell it. So Clarion Chin, however you call it. There'll be lots of stuff going on for the 75th anniversary. If you wanted to go, this is a good year to go, because Briar will probably be doing little micro runs and all sorts of fun stuff to blow our brains up. Yeah. So be prepared for that. It's only 6 months away. Oh my God. It's only 6 or 7 months away. How does time do this? Anyway. On different notes, I have fun stuff planned for next year for sculptures. And the piece that I have for the Medallion Club that's going to be shipping right away here is a very emotional, touching piece that has a relation to the holidays. And that is my peak spoiler I will give you for today. I know I told you I would give you one, so there you go. What else do I have? There's a little extra that I'm including. You can see the debate in my brain as to if I'm going to say anything. It is something that you can use as a general thing. It is something that you can use to customize with if you wanted to, and they're just cool by themselves. So that's all I'll say about that. The sticker is pre-ordered. It is, and it's here. Obviously, I got to ship in like a week. It's sparkly. and I like it, and I think you guys will like it. It's kind of a little bit more of an abstract-y one, so that'll be kind of interesting for you guys. And what else can I say? I think that's all I can say for now. I have pretty tape. I've managed to order tape in time to do the boxes in like a Christmassy style, so getting a little festive. It'll be fun. So I will be showing peaks starting next Sunday, like actual peaks. I'm just giving you hints, peaks now, because it would be way too early to tease you with actual peaks. And then I will start doing that next Sunday because it's the 29th. The post offices are wonky between the 31st and the 1st. So we might have boxes going out on the 2nd, just because of the New Year's holiday and things are crazy with the border. And I have a courier that brings the boxes from Canada across the border, and does all of the brokerage and things to get them there, which avoids Canada Post, which is no longer on strike. Yay! But we still don't trust them. And we never will again. But my courier brings it across the border. They drop them off with USPS, so I have to be mindful of the 2 times of both of the companies. But stuff will start moving probably on the 2nd, or the 3rd. Sometimes it takes a day or 2 for things to scan in and cross the border. You guys know that if you're in the club. That's generally how that works. And then we will start seeing things show up, and I will do a reveal probably that next weekend. So the 4th and the 5th is when the full reveal will probably end up being. So we'll be able to talk about it for not next stream, but the stream after next stream. Andrew's saying I need to start planning. It will be my first time going as well. Oh my goodness! So many first timers. It'll be so fun. If you need help, there's lots of people that are more than willing to like give you guidance. You can ask questions in the stream. I will be there overwhelmed and happy. There's like escape places you can go sit at the park. It's all full of horses. Sometimes just sitting and watching the horses in the paddocks is a good detune from all the like peopling and stimulation, because I get the overwhelms and it's hot and there's too many things going on. But anyways, you'll have fun. It will be amazing. I'm so excited to see some of you go for the first time. And it can be overwhelming if you're going by yourself. So definitely when I went technically by myself, but I was meeting up with a couple of friends and stayed with them, wandered the park. And yeah, it was fine. It was kind of nice to have a guide through the Clarion, because it's very overwhelming if it's just you and you're not sure. It's confusing. It's a maze. So there is that. But I should do a video next year of how that works. I'm sure there's ones on YouTube, but it is crazy. And Lizzie says, feel free to ask any questions. Lots of us are here to help. That is very true. Everybody's very kind at Briarfest for the most part. So you will have lots of people willing to help out. I would suggest, because you can't take your bags through the special run lines and stuff, try and plan for having small bags on you if possible, and do your runs through the special run lines and the shop with as few bags as you can. Like, because you have to check your bags if you're going through, and they were having some problems with the checked bag situation last year. And I think a couple people had their bags mixed up, or the tags fell off or whatever. We tried to take our bags home or tried to leave them with one of our other friends so that we could go through the lineups and not have to check them. Just a little bit easier to know where your stuff is. And sometimes mistakes happen. So there's that. To guarantee that you won't get anything mixed up, just don't check it. That would be my suggestion. So whether that's putting it in your terrified, the surprise will be fire. Me too, Lizzie. Me too. There's fear in my soul and on my shelf, because there's no room up there at all already. I'm so in trouble. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. It doesn't matter what configuration he shows up in. It's terrifying. So yeah. Brenda's saying it will be an awesome year to go to Briarfest. You need to do a Ravens guide for going through Briarfest. That would be hilarious. It would just be me being like, ah, ee! For most of it. For the people that met me, you get what you see. It's not, yeah, I'm not fake. This is just who I am. So if you see me get all excited and squeeing at stuff and getting distracted and squirreling, yeah, that's, and this makes it a little bit easier to approach me, I hope. Maybe it doesn't, because then you know my face and you kind of, I don't know if this makes it easier. I hope it does, because you're more than welcome to come say hi. And if you see me and you're like, I'm really overwhelmed and I need a friend for like a couple minutes, I will walk through the Clarion. We can look at stuff. It's fine. Tommy saying, hoping but thinking this Briarfest will be fairly Fireheart free. We would like a little break. Part of me doesn't want to break, but I need a little break because pocketbooks require breaks. Yeah, it'd be fun. It's a big year for their. Oh no! Look, Kay, Lizzie. I'm gonna put this comment on the screen saying he's a big seller, being Fireheart. It's a big year for their anniversary. I could see them being cruel to our wallets. You'll see me do the Home Alone face. Ah. I'm worried. I'm excited, but I'm also worried. So we'll see how it goes. But nobody knows. Only Briar knows, and they have evil plans. So yeah. So I guess on that note, there's nothing else really new and crazy. The people that have their orders next up in the Bombas paid in full system, I'm going to be contacting the next 2 batches to let them know that I basically have them ready, and that they can ship over the holidays if you would like, but there's no requirement to pay over the holidays, because I know the holidays are a hard time for people financially sometimes, and I don't want to put extra strain and pressure on people. So I'll probably do a conglomeration of a couple of batches, and the people that would like to buy and pay for the rest of their bat or their order now and have it shipped right away can do so. Otherwise, they can wait until after the holidays. That's totally fine, because timing is sometimes hard. But the casting's going really, really well. I managed to fix some of the things that I was having to patch and repair, because that is the case with all resins. You have to do little repairs, and stuff doesn't necessarily cast 100%, or there's a bubble or whatever. So sometimes they'll get the epoxy repairs in the white epoxy. I managed to get most of those in resin soft set, and they're coming out very, very nice. They were coming out nice before, but just with a little bit of extra work. So now it's a little bit less extra work and a little bit more front extra work. So it probably just breaks out even. But anyways, doesn't matter. They are nice. And they're starting to arrive in people's homes, which is also very exciting. Tommy saying, the only reason I say it is because he was there twice last year, and he will be regular run twice again this year. Oh, because he's stablemate and big guy. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. They did use Troubadour quite a bit in the beginning, and they've been using some of the newer molds a little bit more than they used to. So I don't know. I will not cry if there are some, and I will not cry if there are not some. Well, maybe I will both ways, but yeah. Andrew's saying they might use something like the Gypsy Vanner or Othello. That would be kind of cool. Tommy saying, I'm worried about the Gypsy. But I hope that's this year, because it's the year I'm going to go in person. Yeah, it's nice to be there in person when there's molds that you like as a surprise, because then you can actively trade and buy more easily. It's a little bit harder if you're online. So yeah, it's a thing. So I'll be contacting those people for Bombas, and time payments that are paid off, I'm working into the batches as we go. All the bitty biters are caught up for shipping wise. The Opes are closed for the holidays. They will be back in the new year. So shipping will be a little bit slower until everybody gets back kind of on the 6th, because we have a weird week in there for the new year. So yeah, be prepared for awesome plans that I have coming and peaks for next Sunday. On that note, I hope everybody has a wonderful Christmas, or whatever you celebrate for the holidays. If you celebrate for the holidays, if you don't, just celebrate that it's awesome. And there's good juju and vibes and stuff. And we'll see what the Christmas horse brings from Briar. And I will see you guys next Sunday. So have an awesome party time if you're doing parties. Enjoy your treats if you get treats, and make treats. I love baking treats. It's so fun. I'm going to make little truffles, chocolate truffles for the first time. So we'll see, like little balls of ganache, basically. Oh, ganache. So I wish I could share them. I can't send homemade food across the border, right? All you club members would be getting some. And there's pretty lights. I like driving around looking at the pretty lights and having like a toasty, warm beverage with whipped cream on it. There's so many things to hone in on and enjoy. And I know Christmas can be hard if you've lost friends or family or loved ones. And some of us have over the holidays. It's my second Christmas without my grandmother, and that is always challenging. But try and see the pretty things, and that'll bring some light to your heart and some pep in your step and some good juju for the spirit, because there's lots of it. Or reach out to somebody that you know and you love, and they will share their juju if you're having hard times. So all right, I will see you guys next weekend on Sunday for Peaks. And until then, do not feed the trolls and continue to be awesome and wonderful.